I don't know if you watch anime. Me personally, I watch anime, and I want to do something like I don't know, something a little different. I don't know. I don't really just do. No, me personally, I don't have a fucking whiteboard. I don't have a big ass projector or anything that I can present. But I want to do this right quick. Where is my pen? Where's my pen? Okay, there we go. Okay, there. Bro, please play games. Um, do you want me to game right now? You want me to game right now? Cause I could play the game. All right. Let me get this out the way. Let me get this out the way, and I can play the game. Is that cool? Appreciate it for the follow too. Is that cool though? Okay, okay. All right, all right. There's a couple shows that I don't know if you like I said I don't know if you watch anime, but there's a couple shows that I want to do right, and I'm gonna do like I'm gonna rank the binge worth on the show and how worthy was it to binge. There's a couple animes out there that I'm gonna put on this list, and I'm not gonna try to put all like the big animes, but I'm gonna try to put some that people will know, like AOT for example. Let me start off with that bit. Let me start off with Attack on Titan. Bro, why is this motherfucking pen so ass, bro? All right, come on. My handwriting is terrible, by the way. Don't judge my motherfucking handwriting, my nigga. Please don't. Bro, hold on. All right, number one. Oh my god, my shit is ass. Wait, what? All right, hold on. Wait, this is bad. Holy shit. All right, hold on. Wait, let me start over. This is horrible. Hold on. All right. Number one. All right. The binge worth on Attack on Titan. The binge because basically every anime I done watched, I binged. I didn't give a fuck about no intros for real. I didn't give a fuck about no outros. Most definitely outros. But I wasn't worried about no fucking outros. I was trying to get to the next episode. So let me tell you the binge worth on Attack on Titan. Season one, absolutely amazing, absolutely beautiful. That was one of the best shows. When I watched season one of Attack on Titan, it was absolutely great. Eren Yeager was a great main character, and then later on in season two, I don't know, but I don't want to fucking spoil it because people do. All right, spoilers on Attack on Titan. Once you learn, I think in season two or season three, once I learned that Eren's dad was the reason of the Titan creation and shit like that. I was like, that's what the binge worth on that shit went skyrocketed for me. Like it went from like being a 7 to like a fucking 9 to like a 10. I'm like, hold on. So this whole fucking time, this nigga dad was the reason this shit even started to happen. This bitch ass nigga. I'm like, okay, this nigga dad is the reason why his mom died and thousands of other people died on the fucking show. A nigga die on that bitch every episode. Niggas getting their ass fucked up by big ass naked titans, my nigga. Hold on, first of all, fuck all that. When I first started watching Attack on Titan, when I first even seen that shit, I'm like, what is this fucking show of big giant niggas naked and shit, walking, stepping over walls and shit? Like, what is this? But I actually gave it a try. That shit was absolutely goated. Season one was beautiful. Season 2, beautiful. Season 3, beautiful. The ending, even more beautiful. My nigga. So I gotta give Bingeworth on Attack on Titan. I might have to give it a 10 out of 10. I'm gonna give it a buck. I'm gonna give it a 9. I'm gonna give it a 9. I'm gonna give the Bingeworth of Attack on Titan. Look at my fucking handwriting. Oh my god, that shit is so ass. I write like a fucking kindergartner, bro. I write like a kindergartner, bro. Like no bullshit. My skills has not upgraded since kindergarten. But look, Attack on Titan, 9 out of 10 for Bingeworth. No bullshit. That shit, Bingeworth on Attack on Titan is absolutely worth it. You should, if you want to binge some Attack on Titan, go do it, please. Shit is goated. Now let me go to number 2. Next show, Death Note. And I'm gonna make this a little series too. It's gonna be a little small series, you know. Death Note. The Bingeworth on Death Note is absolutely amazing, right? First of all, it's 60 episodes, right? 60 episodes. The pacing is absolutely excelente. Very, very good. It's very, very excellent. It's very, very great. Death Note is just one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life. Not even gonna lie. Bro, Light Yagami as a main character is very goated. But it's not even just Light Yagami. The side characters. You got L. You got my boy Mello. You got my boy Nier. You know what I'm saying? You got all these Ryuk as a fucking Shinigami, bro. It's just absolutely the intense moments are absolutely amazing. I'm like, bro, this shit is just goated. I'm telling you, you gotta watch it, bro. If you have not watched Death Note, you gotta watch it. The Bingeworth on that shit is 10 out of 10. I'm gonna keep it a buck. 10 out of 10 for Death Note. 10 out of 10. It's a must see. If you want to watch some anime and you never seen Death Note, you gotta watch it. Now, let's go to a show like Fairy Tail. I explained this shit yesterday. Oh my god, my handwriting is dog. Alright. If you want to go to a show like Fairy Tail, alright, I'm gonna give you the benefit of fucking doubt. Alright. Fairy Tail, the beginning story with more spoilers. The beginning story with the dragons and shit like that with the girl and Natsu, that shit was beautiful. It was good. It looked good in the beginning with that shit. But other than that, nigga, I watched the rest of the show. I watched the rest of the show right from the first episode. I watched like maybe 10 episodes, right? Maybe a cool. What's up, my boy Georgia? Hold on. Georgia Floyd. This motherfucker. What the fuck? Alright. Anywho. Fairy Tail. I watched like the first 10 to 20 episodes, right? I was trying to give it a chance because at first it was starting to cook a little bit, right? It was cool. I watched it. I watched some of the tournament, like not the tournament, the fucking tournament or whatever game they had going on in the beginning. I watched some of that shit with Urza Scarlet and all them, and I liked it. It was cool, but as I got more into the show, I started to not like it more. I started to not like it. First of all, the motherfucking cats threw me off. The two little cat niggas that was in the show, the little blue motherfucker and the black motherfucker. I kind of got to the story like I think they were being mistreated and shit like that. I mean, cool, but I don't know. It just threw me off. I didn't really. It was like too kiddie for me. I don't know. Fairy Tail just not it for me. I just couldn't finish it. And then also you got this. Why do you have 2 beds in your room? Let me tell you why. My little brother sleeps right here. I sleep right here. What's the fucking problem? Anyway, shut your bitch ass up. Anyways, um, Fairy Tale. I'm gonna give it. Oh yeah, fuck that. Natsu. You made me forget what I'm goddamn saying. God damn, nigga, can I motherfucking talk, nigga? Niggas is always on my dick, man. Anyways, Natsu. Hold on. This the thing that don't make sense to me about Natsu. This nigga is broken. This nigga is more broken. He's probably more broken than the DBZ character. No bullshit. He's probably more broken than the DBZ character. How do you shoot your own fire ability, right? Your own power from your fucking body that you have. You shoot it out, right, to a person that you're fighting or whatever, right? How do you absorb that shit back into your fucking body and get stronger from it? How is that possible, my nigga? How is that possible? This nigga is broken. He literally can reabsorb his own fire and get stronger from it. How is that possible? Alright, well, anyways, bro. Fairy Tale, I'm gonna give it like the Bingeworth on that shit was like maybe like a 3. Maybe 3 or 4. 3 or 4. I'm gonna give it a 4. I'm gonna give it a 4. You know, I'm gonna give it a 4. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10 on the Bingeworth. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10 on the Bingeworth Fairy Tale. Yeah, damn it, can I even finish my A's? What? Alright, 4. What is another show that I'm gonna probably do like maybe a couple more. A few more, and then I'm gonna, go to the next segment. What is another? I don't want to do My Hero because I only watched like 3 episodes of that shit and didn't like it, so I can't really just say too much about that shit. I can say Code Geass. Code Geass. That's a good one. A lot of people know what Code Geass is, but a lot of people don't. Especially the niggas that's not really into anime for real. They don't know nothing about Code Geass. That's a you know what I'm saying? That's a sleeper right there, honestly. Alright, Code Geass. Now, Code Geass. You have my boy Lelouch, right? First of all, bitch ass dad didn't give a shit about him. Charles Britannia didn't give a shit about him. Had a fucking son, had a daughter, didn't give a damn about him. Left him. Just to give a fuck about him, right? Horrible father, terrible father, one of the worst fathers in the. He is no. About a week ago, he was awarded the worst father in anime history, in my opinion. Besides him and or Kaido, they're literally the worst fathers in anime history. But Charles Britannia, you are the worst father in anime history. That nigga is a horrible father. And Lelouch, once he gained the power of Geass. First of all, the whole show was to literally stop his dad, right? That's why I feel like he is the worst father in the anime history, because the whole show was to stop that nigga. The whole point of the show was to stop him. Once Lelouch always wanted to figure out a way to stop his dad's government, the government, right? Which was the Britannians, which was his dad's government. He created all this evil shit. He was trying to kill Japanese people. He was trying to take over all the land, right? Pretty much. Almost an evil ass shit. And Lelouch was trying to figure out a way to stop that shit. To kind of create peace, but he didn't really like create peace. But he ended up trying to stop his dad. Spoilers. He ended up defeating his dad, and then the nigga died. He died like a real nigga though, but he died. He died trying. He stopped him, but he died right after. I say Code Geass. Because I did take a good little break on that shit throughout the middle of the show. I'm gonna say I'm gonna give it a 6.5, 7, 6.57. I'll give it a 6.5. 6.5 out of 10 for Code Geass. No bullshit. 6.5 for that motherfucker. Now, number 5. We're gonna do 3 more. This is gonna be the. After this is gonna be 2 more. What's another anime? What's another anime I can add in this bit? What's another anime I can add in this bit? Oh, Dr. Stone. Alright, we can do that one. We can do that one. A lot of people don't talk about Dr. Stone and shit, so I'm gonna say Dr. Stone. Alright. Dr. Stone. Beautiful anime. It's about pretty much normal modern day, right? Like say for instance, it's 2025 right now. Out of nowhere, a fucking petrification, right? Like out of nowhere, the whole world just turned into stone. Everybody, animals, wait, did animals get turned into stone? I'm gonna just say all humans got turned into stone. All of humanity got wiped out of the existence because everybody got turned into stone, and thousands of years go by. And one day, out of the once 1,000 years go past, one day there's some type of like fluid that like creates and it like disintegrates stone, and it hit one of the stone people that was frozen from fucking stone, and that shit ended up breaking the stone, and that person was Senku, which was the main character of the show, and he eventually, and he was just like smart scientist nigga. That was like, I think he was in high school or some shit during the time, but he was this smart ass, like very very smart scientist guy, and he eventually learned what that fluid was made of and how it what it was, and then he ended up creating it himself or figuring out where it was, and he ended up unpetrifying other people that was frozen by stone. So he ended up creating this little village of people. And there was, I'm guessing there was already people alive before that. And this nigga also counted thousands of years while he was petrified. Nigga was counting the whole time in his head. He counted thousands of years, but like he counted that 2,000 years went by. I was like, how the fuck you petrified and this nigga just count thousands of years somehow? This nigga's different by seconds. So this nigga, once he created that, he unpetrified a few people. He made this little village to help him bring back humanity and bring back like the modern days, right? Or bring back humanity in general. So I felt like that was a good show. I feel like it's still a good show. And I think they're right now figuring out who made the petrification happen. And also his fucking father was in space when this shit happened. So when they came back to Earth, they saw that everybody was petrified and humanity was wiped. So it was like weird as fuck. And he came back and they found out, I was like, what the fuck is everybody? What is going on? And then eventually they the people, it was his dad and it was people that he was with, that he went to space with, which were his friends, I guess. They all lived on this island, and they eventually died, of course, because thousands of years went by, my nigga, and they wasn't petrified, so they ended up dying. And that shit was crazy. That show is a really good show. I'm not gonna lie, because it's like the older. It's like it reminds me of like the older days before the modern days, but it's in the future. I don't know how to explain it. But basically, I'm gonna get that show, and right now it's getting better. So the binge worth on Doctor Strange, I mean Doctor Stone was, I'm gonna give it an 8. I really like Doctor Strange, Doctor Stone. Why do I keep saying Doctor Strange? I really like Doctor Stone. I'm gonna give it an 8. Where the fuck? I'm gonna give Doctor Stone an 8. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna give that motherfucker an 8. No bullshit. All right, we can do two more. We can do two more. Okay, Attack on Titan, Death Note, Fairy Tail Code, Geass, Doctor Stone. What is another show I want to add in this motherfucker, man? Full Metal Alchemist, FMA, Brotherhood. I'm just put FMA, Brotherhood. Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood. I never watched the original Full Metal Alchemist. I only watched Brotherhood because Brotherhood I feel like it's better. Full Metal Alchemist, goated show, goated as hell. Basically, these two kids, Edward Elric and Alphonse Elric. They their mom died and they were trying to bring her back. They ended up getting they used this like fucking alchemy, some type of witchcraft shit probably. They tried to bring their mom back with that shit, and they ended up losing. Edward lost a fucking arm. Like, that nigga lost a whole motherfucking arm. I'm talking about they snatched his shit clean off, nigga. That motherfucker snatched that motherfucking shit clean off. And his brother lost his whole body. Everything, nigga. They took that nigga whole body. They grabbed his brother whole body. I think Edward had like a piece of his hair or some shit, but he grabbed his whole body, and Edward lost an arm and a leg. Yeah, he lost an arm and a leg. They snatched both of them motherfuckers off his motherfucking ass. And Alphonse lost his whole body. I think Edward ended up getting a piece of his hair or some shit, and he ended up bringing him back with the same alchemy. And he ended up like, but he didn't bring him back, but he brought his soul back into a big ass like armor suit. And basically that was his brother, and they ended up trying to figure out ways of how they can restore Alpha's body. And they had to go through a lot of trials and tribulations with that shit. The show is the villains in the homunculi and fairy tale. I mean, not fairy tale. Full Metal Alchemist was cool. I don't know. I really wasn't a fan of them. They really didn't interest me. Like, it wasn't really a crazy villain group. It wasn't really nothing I was like, oh my god, these niggas are different. Like, they ain't really do nothing for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, there wasn't like no Akatsuki or no Phantom Troop or nothing like that. That's a different story. Them niggas was different. There's a lot of moments where the Akatsuki or the Phantom Troop were shown that they were different. Like, they were him. Like, they were them niggas. A lot of times. The homunculi didn't really show that for me. So I'm gonna just say, like, now Edward is a main character, very very good main character. He's one of my favorite main characters. Like, he's a main character that I would create. Like, he's one of them. He's a really good main character. He probably made a lot of dumb decisions, but that's regular as a human. Humans make a lot of dumb decisions. So, and it's sometimes funny. It can be funny sometimes. I'm gonna say the Bingeworth on Full Metal Alchemist. And some of the side characters was cool too. I'm gonna say a 7. Say a 7. 7 out of 10 on Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. 7 out of 10 on Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Boom, 9, 4. Yeah, 7 out of 10. I think Fairy Tail should actually be lower. I think I might make that shit lower. That shit. Alright, we're gonna do one more. This is the last one right here. Ooh, let's make this last one a good one. I don't even want to do it to y'all. I don't even want to do it to y'all with the motherfucking with this motherfucker right here. Hold on. I don't even want to do it to y'all with this motherfucker. Hold on. I don't even want to do it to y'all with this joint right here, my boy. I don't even want to do it to y'all with this motherfucker right here. Shit gets crazy. I don't even want to do it to y'all with this motherfucker right here. I don't even want to add this to the list. I don't even want to add that to the list. Shit gonna get insane. Shit is gonna get insane. I might have to get that. If I add that to the list, shit is gonna get insane, man. I'm not even gonna add that to the list. I'm not even gonna add that to the list. No bullshit. I'm not even gonna add that to the list, my boy. Alright, hold on. What is it? Hold on. Let me see something right quick. Cause I got a whole list of all the animes I watched right quick. I got a whole list of this shit. Cause I can look at this shit. Let me see. Okay. Alright, yeah. I can do that one. This one is good. It's not that good, but Alright, bro. Alright. I'm gonna say 7 Deadly Sins. I'm gonna say 7 Deadly Sins, right? A lot of controversy about this motherfucker right here, right? Alright, because I can critique this, right? Okay, look. Season 1. First of all, the story of 7 Deadly Sins is absolutely great. It's a beautiful show. With the storyline and shit like that. Very, very great. The characters were great. Very, very great, right? Season 1, beautiful. Season 1 was beautiful, in my opinion. Meliodas is a funny ass main character. If you have watched 7 Deadly Sins, Meliodas is a very, very funny ass main character. I fuck with Meliodas a lot. Now, first of all, the show is beautiful. The show itself is beautiful. But what a lot of people didn't like about 7 Deadly Sins was the animation. The animation later on in the show, people didn't like how it didn't add up to the fucking story. The animation people would like to say it was terrible. Me personally, I didn't think the animation was that bad to where I would be like, oh, I hate this fucking show because it's animated fucking horribly. No, I simply think that 7 Deadly Sins is a very, very great show. And the storyline adds up to the animation. The animation just wasn't all that great. Because I believe 7 Deadly Sins was a Netflix show. I'm not sure. But I feel like that 7 Deadly Sins was pretty good. The animation didn't just make me hate the fucking show. Because, like, a lot of people, all I see is, oh, the animation's terrible, the animation's terrible. Like, bro, come on, bro. You ain't gotta hate on the guy. You ain't gotta just say, oh, this shit trash because of the animation. The story was absolutely... Niggas spent their hard-earned time on that fucking show. Working on that shit. And that show was goated, my nigga. Meliodas, goated main character. He was a fucking... Once you learn the backstory on him, though, it doesn't add up to how he act. Because he was a fucking demon, literally. And he had sex with an angel. But he was married to an angel. Which is something he wasn't supposed to do. He didn't give a fuck, though. Because he didn't want to be... I forgot what happened. I think he lost, like, something happened to his motherfucking ass and he lost his memory. So that's why... And he became, like, this nice guy. Instead of staying a demon. I think an angel saved his ass or some shit, and that's why he, which was his wife, and that's why he became like nice and good and shit, and he created this group, and that they were like them niggas, Meliodas and his group, which was the Seven Deadly Sins, Bond, Escanor, what was the other girl name? It was and a couple of other characters, you know. All them niggas was like thousands of years old. So that shit, that he created a pretty good group. Them niggas strong as hell, bro. I'm gonna say Seven Deadly Sins. Escanor is probably one of my favorite characters, by the way. That nigga's goated. That nigga's goated. When that sun come out, it's a problem. That nigga put the boy. I'm gonna say Seven Deadly Sins for the show itself. I'm gonna give it a 7. I'm gonna give it a 7.5, 8. I'm gonna give it an 8. I like Seven Deadly Sins. Me personally. I'll go, besides the animation and all that bullshit that niggas be talking about, I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm not gonna ride everybody's dick, nigga. Fuck out my face. 10. 8 out of 10, nigga. 8 out of 10. Eight out of 10 for Seven Deadly Sins. Now, this group, I might have to, that fairy tale shit just doesn't look right to me. 4 out of 10, it should be worse. It should be lower. My nigga, that shit should be lower. This shit might be lower. I don't know. I'm gonna just leave it like that. But the Bingeworth on them shows, yeah, that's what I got for them shows right there. That's what I got for those right there. Attack on Titan, Death Note, Fairy Tail, Code Geass, Dr. Stone, FMA, Brotherhood, which is Fullmetal Alchemist, and Seven Deadly Sins. Yep.